What's going on, Candelas? This is Dan Thomas with 8Z Real Estate, and this is another spotlight on Candelas, where we try to put the spotlight on local business owners or people that are impacting our community in Candelas. And today we definitely have a special guest and someone who is impacting the community. We have our new Three Creeks K-8 principal, Megan Madsen, joining us. Welcome, Megan.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, let's assume nobody has met you yet or had the opportunity. Why don't you introduce yourself and, give the community your background?
All right. Well, great. I'm so excited to be here at Three Creeks. That's where I want to start. It's really a dream job. And even in these interesting and sometimes challenging times, we're off to a wonderful start here at Three Creeks. So I'm actually a Colorado native. I went to Chatfield High School. I'm actually a Jeffco grad as well. And I went to school at the University of Wyoming. So I'm a Cowboys fan. You'll see it on my website and in my office. And then I moved back to Colorado and am married. My husband's from Wyoming as well, but he's a teacher at Arvada West. And I have two kiddos. My son Caden goes to A West as a sophomore, and my daughter Kennedy is in 8th grade at Mandalay. So on top of running the school, I'm also on the parent end and know all the stresses everyone's going through. I was a teacher at Stanley Lake for 13 years, a social studies teacher, and then I went to Jeffco Virtual Academy as an admin intern for a year, and I spent 4 years as assistant principal at Drake. And that, just really fell in love with the Arvada community, this neighborhood middle school. I love working with middle schoolers as well. And when the Three Creeks opportunity came out, I really wanted to have the whole K-8 continuum experience. So here I am. It's been a great road here, and I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, quite the diverse background, a lot of different grades. So what drew you to Three Creeks? I mean, obviously you mentioned the falling in love with the community when you were at Drake, and obviously your kids are in the community, but what drew you specifically to Three Creeks?
I was excited about getting into an elementary school. I think that a K-8 has so many unique opportunities around social emotional learning, just really the continuum of knowing kids well, and also academically being able to have those conversations as students moving from one grade to another. Of course, the tech background and the technology push is always a draw, and especially now I feel like our students are able to jump into this online platform easily. And the staff here is just amazing. So a big draw for me to come to Three Creeks was these teachers are excellent, and getting to partner with them and learn beside them has already helped me grow professionally.
Okay, great. So, you mentioned the remote learning, obviously things started this week. So how's the first week gone thus far?
Honestly, we jumped in really well. Do we have hiccups? Of course. We've never started a school year like this. We're actually in an interesting situation. We're running really 4 different school programs right now. So we have kindergarten through 5th grade, which is they'll be coming in person starting on September 8th. And then we also have kindergarten through 5th grade, which is completely online. And then we have a middle school, which is in a hybrid situation. So the kids are coming in 2 days a week. And then we have middle school students 100% online. So to be honest, it was just a lot of organization and figuring out how all the pieces went together. And we're so lucky that it all did. We've had hiccups, of course, like everyone, mostly the first day of school when Zoom was down and some tech was down. But really, I think we're on day 4 and everybody's up and running for the most part. And so that feels really good. I was able to jump into some class meetings today and see our students on there engaging with their teachers, and really excited about school, and that also feels good.
Right. So this is going to be a dynamic situation. Is there anything after the first few days, messages or anything you would like to convey to parents in the community?
I think it's just a year where we're going to have to all work together, show a little bit of patience. I know it's frustrating when we're at home and we feel like we need support. We don't know necessarily how to get that support. And so I just want to remind everybody that we are here to support your students, to support you. You're not alone on an island, trying to get through this by yourself. Call us, email us. we'll get right back to you. So I just want people to really know that even with the distance, we are together as a community, and that we're here to support each other during this time.
Right. So I know the one question, I really wanted to hit on with you is, again, in this groundbreaking time that we're in, how's the balance of, obviously, addressing the COVID world we're in, but also pivoting into making sure that you're reaching educational goals, with your staff and students.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I was able to meet with all of our teams one-on-one and had meetings, and our big focus was a reminder that even with all of these things going on, that we teach students, and we have to prioritize that work and focus there. And so we've done a lot of work is streamlining and looking at our curriculum, making sure that we're essentially hitting those really big topics on our online platform, focusing next week on a measurement of where our students are so that we know how to be effectively teaching them throughout the year. That's why we're doing so many orientations and testing days next week. So really purposely focusing on student and student growth, as well as student well-being. I know that we have students coming from all different experiences from Mark, and we want to make sure that we are meeting all of those needs and understanding where they're at. Some kids are coming back with a lot of anxiety around school or fear of school, what it might look like, and we want to make sure that we're assuring them that it's okay. It actually feels really good in the building right now. Once people get back in here and see the routine, it's going to feel, I think, the more normal we'll start to feel, and then that really academic work can begin.
Are there specific educational curriculum goals that you and your staff have that you can share?
Yeah, so we are still going to continue working for our unified improvement plan around math and math growth. That's our big area of focus. We're also focusing in on some writing, of course. Reading and writing are always our big goals. Working on some differentiation, making sure we're meeting the needs of our advanced students and students that just need a little extra support. So we have really those three main areas of emphasis around math support, reading and writing support, and then differentiating to meet the needs of all of our students.
Okay. So I know when we talked the other day, you mentioned a big goal of yours, or not just goal, but a philosophy of yours is over communication with parents and students, and you really wanted to make this a focus in this again this unique time that we're all in. So what's your philosophies on the communication, and what's the best format for parents and students to be having a direct line to you?
Perfect. I want people to have the information that they need, and I know that I have flooded phones and emails lately, and so if it seemed like a lot, I know it's a lot, and it's gonna dwindle back. My normal form of communication is a Friday newsletter that will go out. It's the same format I've been using, and it contains a lot of information in one place for parents, and I hope that is effective in what we're doing. We're also working on just updating our website and making sure that all the key information is there. When you just click into our website, you can get what you need. As far as getting in touch with us, I guess would really encourage people to email us, call, and have those conversations with us. We've also been updating our Facebook page. So the Three Creeks K-8 is our Facebook page, and also our Instagram is Three Creeks K-8. And so we're trying to increase our social media presence, but we don't always respond on messages on there. So the best way to get in touch with us is to call or email.
But most importantly, this is something you're encouraging.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's a go back to that. Please don't sit there at home and worry or wonder if you shouldn't call. You're not bothering us. Definitely reach out.
Gotcha. Any update on the new wing?
The new wing is done. It is amazing. So we opened it at the beginning of July, and hopefully at some point we can have the community in to walk through it and see it. It's 10 additional classrooms, 2 office spaces upstairs for our new social workers and our SEL, which is our social emotional learning specialist, a new conference area up there. And then downstairs, we actually have a special education suite and additional spacing in classrooms for our special education students. And the upstairs overlooks the gymnasium, and it really is a beautiful view. So we're super proud of it. I'll actually do a video soon. I've been doing these videos. I'm not great at it. I think you're a much better editor than I am, but I'll do a video walkthrough of the new edition coming up.
That's great. I think everybody be excited to see it. So there was a few questions from the community that I had kind of put out on social media. If you have a few minutes, Caroline had put in, with everything going on, how can the community help? And then also with so many business owners in the community, can businesses be involved and be helpful as well?
Great. I think a big thing that the community can do to help is just continue to work with our students as before they come into school around mask wearing, just supporting, sitting down and supporting your kids as they get going on this online process and being that partner. A big way the community just helps us just by being there and being available and sharing input with us so that we know how we're doing. I'm open for feedback, and of course, I'm always reflective on it. With community partnerships, I've been working with PTO already this year. They're off to a really great start, and they have a lot of community opportunities, and that's a great avenue to work with us in the school and PTO.
All right. Alyssa writes in, will early elementary, specifically K through 1, look any different than older grades in terms of seating, mask wearing, toy sharing, play, etc.? I think what she wants to know, by sending my son to school, will he come home having some fun and positive interactions with students and staff in addition to learning?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. School is still going to be school, and we've built in opportunities for fun and to take the masks off. The nice thing with our kindergarten and first grade rooms is that they all have their own restrooms and sinks, and so they can be washing their hands and they can be playing and there's more opportunities, easy access to allow them to play with other things and still do our COVID procedures. So we will still have purposeful play in those rooms in terms of kids being able to play in like the kitchens that you're used to seeing or the bank, and they'll still be able to touch things in really small cohorts that will be cleaned in between groups. But kindergarten and first grade will still be fun, and actually first through 8th grade, kindergarten through 8th grade will still be fun. We know that we still have kids coming to our building and want to honor that as well.
Right. Elizabeth asks, will the first continuing class, I think she means the 8th graders from last year, have any chance to say goodbye to teachers and have any sort of send off that they missed last spring?
I don't know if we had thought about that yet, but I think it's such a great idea. I'll certainly bring it to our building level team and see if there's something that we could put together. I would love to provide the opportunity.
Right. Caitlin wants to know, what are your philosophies on handling bullying? Lots of concerns with bullying she heard taking place in the past, as well as frequent racist statements from students with no consequences. So obviously, a serious question there.
Yeah, we're approaching this on numerous levels. One, we're partnering with our social emotional learning specialist who really is teaching these social skills, these emotional skills, what bullying looks like, how do we prevent bullying, and that is tier 1 or tier 1. That means that goes to every student in our building. We're going to put an emphasis on an anti-bullying curriculum. Our counselor also delivers an anti-bullying curriculum through the month. And on top of that, we take that very seriously, and we will have those conversations with students that are involved in that and their parents, and it will be addressed. I want people to feel safe at school, and it is something that we take very seriously here. I do think that these are our students, and all of these are learning opportunities around discipline and behavior, and so we have to really take into account the student's age in terms of consequences that maybe parents are looking for. But certainly if you call with a situation, or we are aware of a situation, or we see something, we are going to address it.
And Andrew asks, how do you plan on handling recruitment and retention amidst COVID-19 and budget cuts? I think she means with teachers and staff.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a district-wide and probably nationwide concern around teachers. Our job here is to provide a safe atmosphere, not just for students, but for staff and a place that they want to work. And so we're doing a lot of work around creating a positive culture for our staff. We know that also goes directly then to our students, and making Three Creeks a desirable place to work. Our current enrollment is up right now, and so hopefully our budget will be okay, and we'll be in a good spot going into next year. But I think the key is to make sure that Three Creeks is just a place that people want to be.
All right. Well, that's the community questions. I always like to ask people in these interviews, what is the thing people would be or are surprised to hear about being a principal?
Probably, I think people are always surprised about the number of emails we get. We get like over 100 a day, and so that was a shock to me too. But we love the communication. I also think that it's just the opportunity to work with kids still is here, and that's why I think we get to the principal and they're never around in the classroom, but we're in the classrooms a lot and getting to interact with kids all the time.
Yeah, when you're not handling those 100 emails.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, good. Is there anything else that you'd like to take the opportunity to convey to the community?
No, I just want to thank everyone for the warm welcome. It's been great. I appreciate all the calls and emails and welcome messages I've received, and we're so excited to be here. My whole team is really excited to start this school year.
Well, great. And like I said, I appreciate you coming on, especially during the first week back. So I know your time is valuable. So I appreciate that. And with everything going on, maybe after the first of the year or in the spring, we can have you back on and just kind of see, if things have changed and maybe it has a different tune to it.
Okay, I would love that.
So, well, thank you. And thanks for everybody watching again.